All right, it's fall of 2023 and I'm back in England, metal detecting with some buddies of mine, enjoying ourselves out on these amazing farm fields in England. Fields that look like this, or they look like this. Check out that rainbow. It's just so fun to be over here. I could literally just spend hours slowly walking across these fields, swinging my coil, digging every repeatable signal, no matter what the numbers tell me, because you know what? You never know what you'll find. Now, here you can see Josh. He's one of my friends from Texas, showing us his excellent technique, digging a signal. Now, this particular field had been disked over some sort of crop that had been harvested, so it's a little rougher to find the tiny targets out here. You lose a couple of inches with all that layer of debris on top, but still, you can find some good stuff. You can see it's very windy. Now, as I recall, once he finally got the target out, it was just junk, but that's all right. Now here's Scott J.
All right, so I have a tight 1234 on the CTX, which could be a greenie, could be a musket ball, could be a big button. It's not very deep, so let's find out. It's out. In fact, I think I see it already. Right there. In the quad. And that would be... It's a button, because you can see the little spot on the back.
All right, very good. And of course, always cover your hole. We wouldn't want to make a mess of these farm fields. Good job, Scott. All right, over 10 days, here's some of the things we can find. This was my first Roman coin that I found on the very first day. It's a Roman bronze coin. This is an amazing Celtic quarter stater that Josh found, made around 175 BC. Here's an example of a Tudor button from the 16th century. This is just some widget that I found, not sure what it is. Oh, and this is the bane of our existence over there. These flat buttons, these are just about everywhere on those farm fields. And then I found this World War I Essex Regiment badge. Oh, and these we find quite a bit too. This is a watch winder. These were very common back in the 1800s. Here's another interesting little widget I found. Not sure what it is just yet. Check this out. Scott J found a medieval gold ring with a ruby. Really cool find. And that same Scott J found this, a 1700s gold coin. How awesome is that? Now these musket balls, these lead musket balls, they're very common as well. We find a bunch of these over there. And here's an example of a lead token. These can date back to the 1500s. Oh, check this out. I found this very large 1818 King George III half crown. Sterling silver. That was a heck of a signal. These are some of the other coins we can find. These are 20th century, early 20th century coins. A penny and a shilling, as I recall. Here's an interesting button that I found. Turned out it was from 1914. It's a military button. Check this out. This is a lead bale seal. These are also fairly common over there. And this was my first gold Celtic quarter stater in several years. They're always great to find these things, 2,000-year-old coins. I also found this really cool buckle. It looks kind of like a snake buckle. This is Josh's second gold coin. Another Celtic quarter stater. We find these bullets, like 3-ringer bullets, similar to what you'd find in the States. This is Josh's third Celtic quarter stater. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, of course, we have to have a place to stay while we're there. These are 10-day hunts. We usually stay in these converted barns. That's right, this was a barn at one time. It's been turned into a nice place to relax after a long day out in the field hunting, digging all those targets. It's very peaceful. As you can see, this area here shows the van that we basically live in for 10 days, getting us to and from those fields. Here's Mr. Scott J walking by, keeping busy. This is our last night before we head back to London to fly home. There's our fearless leader putting things away. You'll see we have a nice spot here in this little area. At the end of the day, we come in here and clean our finds. As you can imagine, things are very dirty. Now coming inside, you can see this is in fact a converted barn, but they did a nice job. The whole lower level is open. There's this area to relax. Here are some of our team members just relaxing after 9.5 days of detecting. Here are the middle areas where normally we eat, but on this night we get all of our pouches ready. This is where we pick through our finds and decide what we want to keep, what has to go through the export process. Of course, there's the large kitchen where our fearless leader makes us dinner and breakfast for that matter. The bedrooms are mostly upstairs. Now, speaking of pouches, this is my final pouch, which will have to go through the export process before I can bring it home. As you can see, I got a bunch of what we call greenies. Those are the old copper coins. And then these are my silver bits and silver milled coins. Above that, you see are the silver hammered coins. Some of these go back to 1200 AD. There's my gold coin, a little gold blob, the Roman coin, and a token. You see some medieval mounts, that really cool belt loop, a knife quillion, a bayonet frog, some lead bale seals. There's a couple of cool buckles. These are lead medieval tokens, a little widget there. Those are my watch winders, some really nice ones there. And these are the buttons I decide to keep, the ones that have something on them. Those will look good once I get them tumbled. And just some more widgets I found, including that 800-year-old trade weight and what turned out to be a Georgian fob seal holder. So that's my pouch, and if all goes well, I should be able to pick it up next spring. And here's just some of Scott J's pouch. You can see he's got some cool buttons there. A couple of nice little widgets and whatnots. He absolutely slayed the hammered silver coins. He had 12 hams. That's unheard of. That was a great hunt. And of course his gold. He's actually got 2 gold rings and that amazing gold coin along with some of his silver coins there. An unknown blob of something and some other things. And then lastly, of course, is Josh's pouch, which is a master class in pouches. Some Roman mounts and other really cool old things. His silver coins, both hammered and milled. And even those milled are old and in great shape. He had a ton of these medieval tokens. But what makes that pouch amazing is this: 3 Celtic gold quarter staters. That's absolutely unheard of on a 10-day hunt. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. He's got a knife quillion, a pot leg, some other odds and ends there, little bits of jewelry, silver jewelry you can see. Yeah, just an incredible pouch. He definitely won the day. Well, there you go. That's metal detecting in England, spending 10 days, finding some amazing things in these fields. You just never know what's going to be in that ground. Hey, thanks for coming along.